If you're still using chatbots like Claude or ChatGPT to find local businesses, generate cold emails for them to reach out, or to generate social media banners, then you are already too late. Today we are going to build a fully automated Python AI-based script that can automatically scrap local businesses for you, generate complete professional emails that you can directly send to the business owners, and also to generate a nano banana prompt that can generate the social media banners for them. The era of manually using chatbot to generate content is over. Let's get started. Many digital marketing agencies find it hard to manually look over the Google Maps data, find their local business opportunities to which they can pitch their digital solutions, and they also have to type each and every email manually and also generate some social media campaigns for them. We are going to solve this problem by using the Playwright library from Python. It can automatically scrap your web applications and generate the information for them on any platform, any browser using a single API. So you don't have to pay expensive lead generation companies to get this data. You can just use this library to automatically scrap it using your region and your platform. Digital marketing companies right now pay hundreds of dollars to lead generation companies to do this basic data collection, but today we are going to automate it. To set up Playwright in Python, I'm going to use Google Anti-Gravity, which is a Python IDE built exclusively for AI agent related applications. To get it installed in your system, just go to antigravity.google and use download for Windows option here. So I have my Anti-Gravity set up here and I have made this code to scrap the Google Maps data. So we'll go line by line with this and I will explain what this code is doing. So first of all, we are importing all the libraries. We'll see how each of these libraries is used in the below code. So first function will scrap the Google Maps data basis our query and it will generate the top 20 results. We are using async function here because we don't want the Python code to stop when the browser results are being loaded. So next we are going to use this async Playwright library which we have imported here. This will help us to scrap the Google Maps data. So we are launching the Chromium tool here which will help us to load the Google Chrome browser. Next we are making a new page on the same browser object. We are giving a basic print for the given query that we will be using, and then we are going to the Google Maps search results for the given query. Next we are telling the code to sleep for 5 seconds so it can fully load the browser page. The screenshot of the page can look like this. Let's say I search for clothing stores in southern Mumbai. It will open up the map of South Bombay and it will search for all the clothing stores. Next, this screenshot will be used to extract all the information from the leading business stores. So next line, we are taking the data from the screenshot and appending it to an HTML page so we can read all the contents of the data. And we are printing that the debug assets have been saved, which has the PNG file and the HTML file. Next, we are loading the page contents using this feed tool and we are giving the time after 10 seconds as this is in millisecond units. So if it is not able to find the data in 10 seconds in this feed content, then it will try to find the results elsewhere. Now we are making a list for the results in which we will be appending our results and a visited set so we don't put the same content twice. Next we'll loop over the page until we get the results as much as the limit. So our limit is 20, so as long as we'll get the 20 results, we'll keep looping over the page. Next we are going to evaluate the feed content and this scroll by function will scroll the page by 1000 of pixels one by one. For each evaluate function we are taking 2 seconds, so we are asking the Python evaluator to stop for 3 seconds so it can evaluate the page fully. Next we are trying to find the business card container. So Chrome use this kind of container for the business cards. So in the page we are going to locate that and we are going to get the count of the business contents that we found. Next we are just printing that we found these many business cards so far and we are looping over all the business cards. So once the results goes over the limit that we needed, we will break this loop. Next we are getting the ith card from that. So let's say if we got 10 cards, then we will get the 0th card first. This ARIA label will help us to get the business name. So if there is no business name or if we have already visited the business name, we will continue the loop and then we will add our business name to the visited set. Next we are going to get the business name and we are going to click on the card, then wait for 3 seconds to load the sidebar. So in Google Maps, whenever you click a business card's name, it will load all the details. So from those details, we are going to extract many information. Let's say the rating of the business, the reviews of business, if they have their website registered, if they have their phone registered, their address and all of these things. And for all the different data, we are going to do some cleaning like for ratings, removing the dots and converting them to a numerical format. For reviews also to change it to numerical format by removing all the textual contents. For website, we'll get their href attribute to get their website link. For phone, we'll first locate their phone button and then we are going to replace all the additional text that will be there. And for address also, we are going to locate the address button and extract their text. Next, we are going to append all of these results into the results list and we are going to also print the results. If we encounter any error, then the code will not halt. It will go to this except and it will just print that we got an error extracting the contents for this business label. Next, for more business results, we are going to keep scrolling the page by 2000 pixels and then trying to run the same loop again. So once we receive the enough count of pages, we will just say that no more new results are found. So now we have extracted all the local business information from the Google Maps data using the Chromium library from Playwright. and we have got their basic details as well. Next, in order to generate the emails, we also need the owner details. So basis the lead details that we have generated so far, we are also going to do again Google searches to find their owner names and emails. So for that, we are going to use this enrich leads function. Again, we are going to load a browser and a new page. For each of the leads that we have generated so far, we are going to give a query that for this business name and this region, get the owner emails and the decision maker. So we are going to put a Google search with the given query, and we are going to wait for 3 seconds. Then we are going to get the page contents, and we are going to search for the emails and the owners matches. So for emails, we are going to search for some numbers, @ etc. And for owners, we are going to find these keywords: owner, founder, director, manager, and all of these. So if we get the email and decision maker, we will fill them. Otherwise, we'll just say not found or unknown. And we are going to print all of this information so we know what information we got. So if we encounter any error, we are not going to halt the code. We are going to go to this except block and print the error. And in the lead information data, we are just going to put that we got an error. Then we are going to append all of this information in the enriched list, and again wait for 2 seconds before making the next request. At the end, we are going to close the browser and return the enriched list. Now we are going to execute both of these functions basis our requirement. So the requirement means what region you are going to search and what type of different stores that you want to search. So all the requirements are not hard-coded in this list. We are going to keep all of them in a different configuration file, which will look like this config.json. Here we are going to give the sector name. Let's say if I only want to search for the clothing stores, and the region names. Let's say if I only want to search Southern Mumbai regions. You can give any region in any country for this because Google Maps work for everywhere. Then we can also change the limit. Let's say at the end I want the top 5 results, then I can give the limit as 5. And to generate the emails and social media banners at the end, we are going to use the Gemini 3 Flash model. This we will cover later when we reach that AI generation step. So to call those two functions, we are going to first read the configuration file, and in case we get some error, we are going to fill some default values for them. Then we are going to read all the parameters like sector, region, and limit, and we are also giving some default values in case the user don't fill them. Then we'll do the search basis these parameters. So our query would be the sector name, stores in this region. So let's say if I give clothing in Southern Mumbai, the query will be clothing stores in Southern Mumbai. Then we are going to call the first function to scrap the Google Maps data using this query and the limit that the user gave. If there are no leads found, then we are going to print it. Otherwise, we are going to make a pandas data frame from that and save it to a raw lead CSV. Then to enrich the leads, we are again going to make a data frame from the leads that we got here, and we are going to filter the leads which do not have website and have 4+ rating. You can change this objective also. Right now I have kept it like this so we can generate the leads for the business owners who have a decent rating but do not have a website for them. Next, we are going to print like how many leads that we got which do not have websites and high engagement, and then we are going to call the enrich lead functions to fill their business owner names and emails. Finally, this data will be saved to the leads.csv data frame, and at the end we are going to call this main function. So till now we have made the functions which can generate the raw leads and enrich them with their business owner details. Next, we are going to use AI to generate cold emails for them and to also generate the social media banner prompts. For that, I have made another script which is enricher.py. First, we are going to need a Gemini API key in order to connect to the Google AI. So for that, just go to aistudio.google.com. It will prompt you to sign in for your Google account and then go to get API key section. I've already made some API keys here. If you have not made any, then you can go to create API key option. For now, I'll just copy any API key that I have already made. Keep these API keys secure because if anyone has access, they can access your API key and your rate limits can exhaust very fast. So I'll again go to the project and I will put the API key in this .env file. I've hidden the whole API key right now because I don't want it exposed, but you can paste your own API key here and save the .env file. So once you have the environment variable set up, we'll use this load.env library from Python to load the environment variables, and we are going to get the API key from the environment variable. Next, we are going to load the config to know the Gemini model name that we want. If the user is not provided any model, then the Gemini 2 Flash will be taken by default. You can also go to the AI Studio page to know the different rate limits for the different models. Just go to this rate limits menu and you will see all the different models that are available and their rate per limits, the tokens per minute, which means how much tokens you can generate per minute freely, and the request per day limit, which means how many requests per day you can send to these models. Any model at first and you hit rate limits of any of these, then you can easily switch to some other models. For now, I am going to use the Gemini 3 Flash Preview, which is the latest Gemini model, which has generous limits for any personal projects that you want to build. But again, if you hit any rate limit, you can easily switch. So again, we'll move to the enricher library. We are going to use the Gemini model, which is filled in the config file. We are going to load the config file data, the Gemini model, and the region which you want to explore. Next, we are going to generate the Gen AI client, which will help us to send responses to the Gemini models. The API key we are going to provide, otherwise we'll ask the user to enter the API key. So the API key we are going to give whatever we read from the environment files. Next, we are going to generate the AI assets. The model ID would be the Gemini model. First, we are going to generate a cold email. I've given a simple instructions to generate a highly personalized 3-sentence cold reach email, and I've given the input data that we have have extracted from the leads generation file, which is their business name and rating. So this prompt we are going to give it to the Gemini models, and they will give us a personalized 3-sentence email which we will save in the CSV. Next, we are also going to generate a Nano Banana 2 prompt. This is the latest image generation model from Gemini. Again, we are going to give the strict format that we want the prompt to be, and we are going to fill the business name, regions, and the address. Then we are giving some instructions that there should be cinematic lighting, high quality and professional image. This would be the format of the prompt. And next, we are going to give the generate instructions to generate an optimized image generation prompt for Nano Banana 2 using this business name, which has this rating, and use this exact format which we defined here. Next, we are going to give both of these prompts to the Gemini client. First would be our email response, in which we'll give the email prompt, and next would be the Nano Banana response, in which we'll give the Nano Banana prompt. Next, we are just doing some pre-processing, like to strip the text and remove some additional symbols. So this function will give us both the email draft and the Nano Banana prompt. Again, in case of any errors, we are going to use the try except statement to properly handle the errors. So in the main functions, we are going to read the leads.csv file that we generated from scrapper file. If we do not get it, then we'll just print the error that we do not found the files. So first run the scrapper file. Then we are reading the leads from the input file by a pd.readcsv. Again, if it is empty, we are just going to return saying that there is nothing to enrich. And then we are going to iterate over each row of the data frame, process their name, generate the AI assets using the name, rating, and the address. Email drafts we are going to append in this email draft list, and the Nano Banana prompt we are going to append in this Nano prompts list. And to avoid hitting rate limits, we are going to sleep the code for 1 second between the different requests, just to avoid hitting the per minute limits. Then the email draft will be added as a column in the CSV as email draft, and the Nano Banana prompt will be added in the CSV as a Nano Banana prompt. Next, we are going to save the whole CSV as the output file, which we had defined above, which would be enriched leads or CSV. If we get any permission errors, then we are going to again attempt it to save the CSV. And at the end, we are going to again call the main function. So now we have all the Python codes ready. Now we need to know how to run them. To run them, I have made a single batch file that you can run directly daily that will automatically run both of these Python files. So we'll just check this run scrapper.bat. It has some simple print commands that starting business lead scrapper. Then it will call the scrapper. Then it will print that we are going to start the AI lead enrichment, and it will call the enricher file. Once both processes are complete, it will just echo a message that process is finished. Check enriched leads or CSV for the results. So now to run this, I am at the Explorer page in which all the files are defined. I'm just going to run this Windows batch file. It extracted its content into the HTML file. From the HTML file, it found 12 business cards. For the top 5 ones, it has first extracted their business names, their website details, ratings, reviews, saved all of these to the raw lead CSV files. Out of the ones it has searched, it has only extracted those which do not have a website and have a rating of greater than equal to 4. I found one lead with my given filters, but you can relax them, or you can get more leads by increasing the query limits. So for this lead, it has tried to find their email and the owner details, but it has not been able to find. But like I said, if you increase your limits, then for some leads you can able to get this information. So all these information it has saved to the leads.csv file. Then it has started the AI lead enrichment. It is reading the leads from the leads.csv file, and for the given business name, it has successfully added the enriched leads into the enriched leads.csv file. So the process is finished. It has given the message that you can check the CSV for results and press any key to continue. So let's see if I press enter, the scrapper will close. Now we can look at all the CSVs. Let's say the raw lead CSV. It has given the business names, ratings, reviews. If it has a website, then true, otherwise false. The website name, the phone name, and their address. So for all these businesses, you can pitch any of your digital solutions. For now, I'll just look at the business which do not has a website. In the leads file, you will see their business owner names and their details. For this one, it has not been able to found, so this is blank. So in the enriched lead CSV, now it has filled the email draft and a Nano Banana prompt. So if you can just copy it and paste it in Gmail, you'll get a subject name and a ready-made content that you can send. The second part is the Nano Banana prompt, which I can also copy. So to generate the image, I'm going to Gemini.google, paste the prompt, click on create images, select the mode as thinking, and click on submit. So it is loading the Nano Banana 2 model, which is the latest AI model that we have. So in the enricher file, you will also see all the instructions that are given are basis this latest model only. So if you're using some other AI generation model, you can change these instructions. So now it has given the social media ad that we can give. The text is properly formatted. The address is also added, and some nice image of the clothing store is also added here. The overall environment also feels like a Mumbai one. So we just built a Python AI based solution which can extract top business leads for you, fill all their business details, generate a cold email, and also a Nano Banana prompt which you can use to generate a social media ad for them. All the codes used in this project is added in the GitHub repo link. You can find it in the description. Check these two links for my latest video and the AI builds playlist in which I have built different projects using AI in Python. Like the video if you found it useful, and follow the channel for more AI builds and updates.